Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and the hair is gone, the facial hair has been shorn, it's exceptionally hot in my car, and that's about the measure of this morning. Thank you to everyone that offered me very kind messages, both public and private, regarding the death of my grandmother. We had her funeral yesterday, and needless to say, it was as you'd expect with funerals. There were tears, there were familial disputes, there were exceptionally funny moments, and we got into the whole thing of whose child is whose again, but that is a completely different story I will never tell. During the video entitled Grief, I had intended to talk about what I'd been up to that week, and became somewhat sidetracked because my words did end up taking up rather a large portion of that video. And I'm not avoiding the whole grief topic as my last video, but it is, it's something that I've gone through many times before in the past. I think this is why I say that Harry Potter was good for me for when I was younger, for helping me get through grief, because in those books, from the fourth book onwards, significant things started to happen at the end of each book, which really matched up with what was going on in my own life, with having the death of another family member every single year. So I understand that this is a process that will probably last for quite a long time, or not, dependent on how things go. But I am grateful for your messages, and yeah, now I'm going to tell you what I've been up to in the last fortnight, or 3 weeks now, I don't know. So I had these days off work. It was like 10 days or 11, I can't remember now, it's that long ago. And naturally, I planned to write. So the first day, I decided I want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy again, because that is the only film that I've watched this year that I've thought, well, I want to go and rewatch this again. And also, I was trying to recapture some of the magic of my youth, and I found it with the Jungle Book film that if you watched that film more, you ended up enjoying it. So I thought that I might try and enjoy this film more. And when it finished, I thought, I want to watch more things set in space. So I watched 6 episodes of Star Trek Discovery and discovered that I didn't actually enjoy that show. And then I decided to try Red Dwarf, got 3 series into that before thinking, nah, that's not for me. And then tried Monty Python. That's not for me either. But that was just on the Tuesday. The Wednesday, I obviously went to see my other grandmother, the grandmother who is still with us, and as I do every Wednesday. Then Thursday, writers group. Friday, I was off work still, and I read that day. And on the Saturday, I went to sell some books somewhere, and naturally didn't sell a single copy. Sunday, I finished reading the book that I was reading, with more plans to read more after that. And then, as has been documented, things happened, and so last week I didn't do much. But I did get to watch the Black Panther film. And I have to say, I enjoyed that film. I liked that there was a film that was set in Africa that had actual black actors in it. It wasn't just some white person showing up and being like, well, I'm going to save you here, I'm going to be your hero, but you just toddle on and do what you normally do, and I liked it. I like that film. However, I did get this question in my mind. And this is a question for people who've actually watched the Marvel films, because I've only watched Avengers and Ant-Man. Are they all quite similar in the fact that people go off either trying to keep something safe? Well, actually, that's what they're both doing. Are they about people trying to keep something safe? And throughout the entire film, these people try to keep something safe. And then, at the end of the film, they either keep it safe or realise they were mistaken and they don't have to keep it safe. But there's plenty of action sequences in those 2 hours full of computer-generated tomfoolery to kind of assuage your viewer into thinking this is great cinematic content. Because to me, both films, I enjoyed them, but they seemed quite similar in plot. And I just need to know, is this a thing with all of them, or have I just caught on to the 2 Marvel films that are both trying to keep something safe? I know you've got the whole Infinity War thing. I read the comics when I was younger. The people that were in the Avengers were never my favourite Avengers anyway, so I was never going to stick with that. But, you know, just send me your answers on a postcard, please. And then this week, I've been at work, then I wasn't at work. Tuesday, I'm going to have to think about my week. This is difficult. This is very difficult. Tuesday, I think I merely existed. And May, I started trying to work on the children's book again because I wanted something that wasn't related to the book that I'm currently writing. Both, you know, the secret book. And so I managed to write 2 pages of that. I do feel a bit sorry for my good friend Lily of Lykios Reads. Please go and look for her channel. Because I keep sending her messages to ask her about words because I need a quick response. And I've ultimately just ruined all relationships and friendships that I've got in the local area. Went for a walk with my brother and sister. Well, one of my brothers and sisters. Well, I've only got one sister. One brother, one sister. Other brothers in Northumberland. The other one's in Buxton. So there's a bit of background for you. Wednesday, went to see my Congleton grandmother. Thursday, which is usually writer's group day, but would, you know, obviously the funeral was Friday, so Thursday was just me being sat at home having cups of tea, really. The hair got shorn off. I came to work to steam some... That was it. I came to work to steam some t-shirts, took my mother for a coffee, she got her nails done, I had my hair shorn. End of list. Friday funeral. And here we are. Oh, I also had to buy a suit jacket. That was what my Tuesday was. Oh my lord. Never become a fat person in Macclesfield. Well, I'd just recommend never becoming fat, really. I mean, naturally, as you can tell, I've lost a bit of weight. Naturally. And I thought, we just might be successful. I mean, I've never, even at school, when I was buying blazers, well, I wasn't buying blazers, my mother bought blazers, well, we didn't, it was, anyway, that's a different story. Getting off topic. We had to go for the biggest size and it didn't really fit. And we went to all these places that said they stocked the bigger sizes. And they were like, no, we've not got any of them. We haven't got any of them. Oh, you might want to check online. Well, my funeral is in a few days, love. So we ain't going to be doing that. And then we went to one place and they got their biggest size out and we tried it on and we're like, well, it closes, but it's tight. We don't, you know, it's hot outside. We don't want to be stuck like this for hours. And you know, Do you want to know something? Do you want to know something? They told us the size of this. And it was the same size as something we tried on at a different shop that was 4 sizes smaller. So we just went onto the, one of those websites for extremely large people online. And we ordered 2 jackets off there, and that was a palaver because I wanted 2 of the cheapest ones, and they were like, well, we've only got 1 of these, so I ended up buying 1 cheap one the next size up, both in colour black. Mine's coming, it looks green. It's fine, I spent the day imagining I was some sort of overweight Slytherin. Anyway, that is my last week. 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's been a while. But I'm glad you came. And I've been thinking about how you say my name. Break the Ice by Britney Spears. From what was one of her greatest albums. I think it was called Blackout. I used to listen to that all the time. But I think I had a tape. This was back when tapes were a thing. Does anybody remember tapes? Do you remember tapes? I remember them. I've forgotten a great story. I have. Let's end on this story. So, as my grandmother has died, my brother, elder one, wanted a copy of my parents' wedding video and my younger brother's christening video because obviously our lost relatives are on these videos. And so we set out searching at my grandmother in Congleton's house, and we find 2 videos, and we bring them home. The christening video isn't working. We know we have one of our own somewhere in the house. So I go into my sister's room in search of it, and I just bring out all these blank tapes, and she starts to search through these blank tapes, and I go to my bedroom in search of my own tapes to, see whether I've got it. And I hear them all laughing and joking downstairs, and then there's an almighty scream. And I run downstairs, the telly is now off, and my sister is just sat there screaming that she can't believe it, this shouldn't be in this house, what was it doing in her bedroom? My sister, in search of my brother's christening video, had turned on hardcore pornography. However, whoever had stopped watching it in our house, for whatever reason, and there's only a few people I can think of who would have watched this. I'm thinking of my parents here, because Lord knows, well, when videos were still coming out, when they stopped I was a child, so it has to have been theirs. They'd stopped it at a very crucial point. So all 4 of these people, parents, brother, sister, had sat in the living room trying to figure out just what was happening before realising that there was a blonde woman engaging in the act of fellatio. Naturally, it made our week. And I hope it made yours too. I hope you got something out of this 1/4 of an hour video about my week. And until next time, that is all.